I hope people didn't get. Oh fuck! I hope people didn't get kicked. OBS kicked everyone for a second. I hope you're all still there. Are you all still there? Are we good? What's going on here? Are we all still good? I really hope so. Well, just jump back in. Jump back in if you're not there. Thank you, OBS. Thank you for kicking everyone. I much appreciate that, man. Anyways, yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. We're gonna get reestablished here in a second. Hey, Liquid Stealth, man. You said okay, had an issue getting in. You're here now. Okay, good. All right, it's working. Yeah, I got the stream going, and then all of a sudden OBS just crashed on me. So we're gonna give it a little time so everyone can get back here. Yeah, that's pretty frustrating. I got the good mojo going, I got the good energy going, and then all of a sudden it crashed. Okay, it looks like everything's back. Everything's back in order. How's everyone doing tonight? Liquid Stealth, how have you been, man? Joker, are you back? We got Joker Bravo, otherwise known as Chad Guy, in here. He's been saying he said he's messed up some relationships in his life, and I feel like that's kind of common, right? I mean, that's part of the human condition, right? It's hard. It's hard. It's really hard to maintain relationships. And Joker, I think you bring up a salient point, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy to maintain relationships. Yeah, I know. OBS crashed, man. OBS crashed on me. I'm sorry about that. I hope you're not offended, dude. Are you offended? I hope people are not offended. But yeah, like that. Relationships are one of the hardest things to nurture and to maintain. I think it's easier to probably take over another country than to have all successful relationships throughout your entire existence, right? Anyways, Joker, you said you've had a feel edible, so you're feeling good. All right, good, man. I'm glad you're having a good experience. Yeah, as far as relationships go, I'd say the main thing is just be easy on yourself, dude. Be easy on yourself. Realize not every relationship is going to be perfect, and you're a human being. The best you can do is just try your best. Try your best to be patient and tolerant and caring to the people around you. Hey, Hulk Hogan, brother, man, good to see you. Yeah, it's welcome back. Yes, Joker is Chad Guy. He's otherwise known as Chad Guy, aka Chad Guy. He's got many names, and I think it's because a lot of his Joker. It's because a lot of your names have been banned, right? You've been banned from a lot of or kicked from Twitch a lot of times. No, I don't know. I don't know why you have many names. But yeah. So Liquid, you said nope. Thought I was here. Stream won't start up for you after the commercials run. I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Who knows, man? And by the way, I don't want to have commercials. This is something that Twitch. I hope you all are aware that Twitch forces it on us. Right. So it's like I have no say in it. I think if you're a subscriber, you don't have to check out any of the commercials though. So I think it's another reason. Support the stream, subscribe, right? Or if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a free subscription to your favorite streamer, right? Take some money away from Bezos, put it in your favorite streamer's pocket, right? Joker, you say you've never banned, you're the most behaved. I think in one sense you are well behaved. In one sense, you're very well behaved. Let me tell you that. In another sense, I'm not so sure. Hulk Hogan, how you doing tonight, man? How's everything going with you? We're just kicking it tonight. We're just kicking it. Yeah, we're kicking it hard. You know what though? I'm missing a person that's very important to me. That this is the problem. We're missing JT. We're missing JT. Where's she at? I'm gonna text her. Like I feel weird without JT around. Let me try to get her around. It's kind of weird. Like she's literally here like every stream. Like where is she? Like what's going on? We'll see what she says. We'll see what she says. It's like I get it. I know other people have things they have to do in the world, but it's without Actius de Luna here. It's always weird. It's just a very weird vibe. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know how to regulate myself. Hulk Hogan, brother, you say Chad guy. It's because you need to look inside and fix whatever is wrong with you internally. Yep. Until you do that, you won't be able to accept anyone else's love. Dude, Hulk Hogan, brother, that is absolutely on point. Absolutely. That is perfectly said as possible. It's true. If you don't go inside and see what's there and find that internal love within yourself, you're not going to be able to love anyone else. You're not going to be able to establish that perfect connection with another being, because you're going to be, looking at the ego within yourself or any of the insecurities within yourself, and you're going to be projecting those onto others as opposed to being able to connect with them. So yeah, that's very insightful, man. That's a good way of putting it. You say, Agni, the coolest in the game. Happy New Year. Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. One of my goals is to try to stream more. And so I'm already doing that right now. I've already streamed. I had a stream on Christmas. I had a stream on the day after Christmas. And then now we got this stream going. So, hey, the first day of the year, and I've already streamed. Maybe I could stream for 365 days straight, right? I think, didn't Zwar do that? I think Zwar did yoga and meditation for 365 days straight of streaming. We have the Hydrate Redemption. Here we go. I must do what chat says. Hulk Hogan, brother, you say, thanks, man. Been meditating a lot lately. Inspired by the return of King. Super grateful, man. Super grateful that you're able to do meditation and that you've been inspired. And meditation's such an important thing. It's crucial for all of us. When I don't do my meditation, it's life's always much rougher, and it's just not as enjoyable. If we're going to be here, if we're going to participate in this dualistic realm, then we need to have some good meditations. Joker Bravo, you say you've never had mistletoe, you've never kissed under mistletoe, and you're such a loser. Thoughts like that, dude, are going to do nothing but breed unhappiness. Whether you're trolling or not, even if you're trolling, it's like, dude, seriously, you want to be more positive about yourself, man. I don't consider you a loser. The fact that you show up here to a place where we are working on self-improvement, self-care, and love, even if you're trolling sometimes, like, the fact that you show up means somewhere in your soul, somewhere within you, brother, you do want to fucking come out of this, man. You do want to improve. You do want to evolve. You do want to grow. And, and I'm always going to be there for you, man. I'm always going to be there for you. Because, deep down there is part of you that wants it, man. That wants to feel more love and light in your life, and that wants to have better relationships with people. So, and it'd be cool if you actually did do some meditation sometimes. I think that would be beneficial for you. So yeah. Anyways, we're not gonna mess around here too much. We are gonna actually hop into a meditation, because that's why we're here. That's why we're here. And I know it's probably not as easy. It's never as easy to do a meditation than to just sit here and listen to me talk, but you can derive a tremendous amount of benefit from it. So that's why I stream these meditations. That's why I run guided meditations, and that's why I promote meditation, yoga, qigong, kumai, all the internal energy arts. So we can just feel better and have a better connection with the source of creation, have a better connection with ourselves, have a better connection with the people around us. Because at the end of the day, what's important? Helping those around us. We need to be there for other people. And there's this weird notion in the holistic community that, like, you have to be like a really like passive person and talk like this and this is how life has to be. And it's like, no, fuck that, dude. You don't need to be like that, but you can be your authentic self. And this is my authentic self. I come out here and you guys all know it. You're all here because you know that I'm being real. I'm being authentic. But I'm also someone that likes meditation and likes yoga and likes all that stuff. And you can have both of those, and that's something that I try to show the world, because you don't need to be some weak ass motherfucker who's just like sitting around all day. You can also go out into the world and kick some ass and enjoy life and get the things you want, and still go into meditation when you do get stressed, and go into and do yoga and do all those things. And it's important for people to know that, right? And same thing with women. You can be you don't need to be a super whatever woman. You can come out and be like a powerful woman in the world, external world, and still come within to a place of peace and love and oneness. And that's where we're going to be going right now. So let's get the lighting changed. We now got the more peaceful vibe going. So find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every couple seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. So take a few more slow and deep breaths on your own, while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breath. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds float together and merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before leaving your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Stay true to your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your focus to your breathing. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Helping them remember their own internal light within themselves. So they can shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until the dream of separation fades away. And we return to a place of perfect monism. Being one once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing any ego which obscures your third eye vision. Stay true to your breathing. As thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and refocus your mind on your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love vibrating at this location. and the warmth which surrounds this love. Experience the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. In this place, you are one with the source of creation. In this place, all your relationships are healed. While you reside here, reflect on all of your relationships, past and present. Visualizing all the good times that you had with those people. And letting go of any baggage or frustration or resentment. Freeing yourself from emotional bondage. You are loved. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, appreciating all of creation. Stay true to your breath count. As thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. Returning your mind to a tranquil, peaceful state. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. To the region 2 inches below your belly button. This place is called the Dantian Energy Center. Where your essence flows the strongest. Opposites of any kind are incompatible with this place. For all that exists is one, and one can have no opposite. Strife of any kind cannot enter here. For this place was created to be eternal peace. Anger of any kind is not welcome here. For this place is eternally filled to the brim with love. Feel that love vibrating in this location. Focusing all your awareness on this love. Travel deeper into this nexus of creation. Letting go of any ego which would distract you. Focus deep on the source of creation. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, in this place, we remember our true identity. One mind, one love. Here, in this place of perfect peace, we recall our divine function. In this place, all separation is gone. And all fear and loss dissipates from our being. And only the golden light of eternity remains. As we remember, we have never left our source. In the corporeal, dualistic framework, it appears that we left. With individual bodies running around to and fro. And things coming into being, existing, and leaving. But in reality, that is all illusion. In eternity, only love exists. And despite our best efforts, we could create nothing else. And as we wake up from the dream of separation, our power is restored. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your physical body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing any residual fear and worry from your corporeal body's mind. Gently open your eyes and remember there is only the present moment. And in this present moment, we are our divine self. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I sincerely hope that each one of you received what you needed from this meditation. And I also hope that you're willing to share the love and peace of this meditation with those out in your external world, promoting kindness, compassion, and generosity, and forgiveness to all those whom you encounter. Namaste. All right. And that's how we do it. That was a 36-minute and 20-second meditation, which is beautiful. I really feel a lot more relaxed and peaceful and centered after that. And I hope you do too, because each one of you is worthy of remembering who you are, remembering that divine love and peace. And I'm grateful for all of you. So thank you all for participating and being here with me in that transcendent moment. Let's see, how was that for everyone? Actius, all right, you liked it. Wonderful. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm grateful for you. And then Joker Bravo, you say, whoa, wow. Okay, well maybe you're enjoying it too. Maybe you enjoyed it. Bless you, my friend. And Liquid Stealth, namaste. Yeah, namaste to you, brother. There's a lot of different interpretations of the word namaste. The one I always prefer is the one that says, I honor the place in you in which we are both one. Because that bypasses all the ego dynamics and all the things that keep us separate from one another. But if in my metaphysics at least, I hold that our true nature, our true self is that place of oneness. And if we can bypass anything that keeps us from realizing that we're identical, that we're the same in that place, then we can be as we were created. We can be that perfect love. We can be that perfect extension of pure being, of creation. So yeah, I honor the place in all of you where we are all one. And hey, Noger's here, man. Good to see you, brother. Dude, how's it going, man? I missed you. Man. It's good to see you. When Eris was in here the other day, I missed him. It's my philosophy bros, man. My philosophy brothers. It's always so good to see you guys, guys and girls, and philosophy is so important. We really need to spread the word. Help people, help jostle people a little to kind of get them out of their pre-existing, stubborn belief sets and the patterns that keep them stuck. I've been checking out a lot of Peter Singer lately, and Sidgwick. Just I've actually been doing some ethics for once. That was always the one area of philosophy that I was never really interested in was ethics, and I don't know. I've been feeling more drawn to it lately, so I've been checking out emotivism and different ideas within ethics. I still am completely ignorant of ethics. I only took one ethics class in grad school. And it was meta ethics, but it's an important field, and I don't hold the view that moral statements are objectively true and definitely link with reality or all that. I'm still kind of exploring where I stand in my ethical positioning. Hedonistic utilitarianism has a lot of compelling ideas to it, or not compelling ideas, but I'm drawn to it, I guess you could say. But I also have problems with the utilitarian position, especially when you really have to fuck someone up to make everyone else better. It just seems very problematic, especially if that's the case, where you got to really violate someone's one individual to benefit everyone. But other than that, utilitarianism sounds great, right? In a lot of ways. And I know there's a lot of like lighter versions that have a more deontological, feel to them. Yeah, I'm kind of still exploring all that right now. Anyways, let's see, where else are we at? I think we've covered pretty much everything. Liquid Stealth, you say you would agree with that vision from your perspective. Yeah, whatever we believe, it's important to try to be consistent. Try to be consistent with our beliefs. I think that's kind of important. But also to reevaluate. That's something that not enough of us do, is to reevaluate our beliefs, especially our foundational beliefs. We might reevaluate whether we, prefer ketchup or mustard on our hot dog, right? Or obviously, or in Chicago, you're not gonna put ketchup on a hot dog because you get beat to death. Yeah. And by the way, we had to follow Dedna Cornejo. Yeah. Well, thank you. Welcome in. Welcome into the channel. My name's Agni James. I go by Agni now. I used to go by Agni, but my name's Agni James, and I'm a guided meditation streamer. I also stream. I'll do philosophy streams every now and then because I have a master's in analytic philosophy, so I like to talk about that stuff. And then I'm also a chess instructor, IRL. That's what I do for a living. So I play competitive chess, and I teach. So I like to do chess streams also. And then sometimes I kind of mix it all up and see how everything goes. We got Dom Rocks Music. Welcome in, brother, or sister. I didn't get your whether your what your pronoun you go by. But anyways, welcome in. Yeah, good to see you, friend. We just finished up a real peaceful guided meditation, and we're just kind of chilling out now. And welcome in. We were talking a little bit about philosophy, about ethics, just very, very briefly. I was telling Noger, and the rest of the chat, I've been looking at some of Peter Singer's views lately, and I saw some cool stuff. How the cool thing about Peter Singer is he's a really authentic dude. There's a lot of cool things about him. For one, he's like the god of animal rights and in philosophy. He's done more for animal rights in the philosophy spectrum than anyone probably ever, which is pretty amazing. Number two, he's authentic. He's super authentic and genuine, and also he's changed his position on a lot of ideas throughout his career. So he didn't let there's a disease, not just in in philosophy, but in all areas of academia and life, where someone gets very attached to a given position. And maybe they spend a lot of time writing papers and they come up with an idea, a novel concept, and then they try defending it over and over the years. And maybe they're successful initially, but eventually what happens is the idea, their theory maybe turns out to be untenable. You can't defend it, but they still try to hold on to it, and they come up with bad arguments to try to keep their prestige or their whatever. They just refuse to let it go, and that always creates a bad dynamic and bad philosophy. And so one of the cool things about Peter Singer is he's changed his position, his ethical position, many times over the years. He's changed it, like he had three major revolutions, but then he's had minor paradigm shifts in his ethical philosophy. He started out as a hedonistic utilitarian, as far as ethics go, and then he switched to, what was it? It was a different type of utilitarianism. I can't recall off the top of my head, but it was a different type of utilitarianism. It had something to do with, it was with preference. It was with preference. It was a preference utilitarianism. I forget the technical term, but it was basically saying, we should maximize the freedom of people to have whatever preference they want to be able to do that. And then and then later, much later in life, he changed again. He changed his ethical philosophical position, and I think it was in line with Henry Sidgwick's ethical position. Sidgwick didn't get a lot of attention with the old utilitarians. When people think of utilitarian philosophers in the history of philosophy, they think of Mill. They think of Mill. They think of John Stuart Mill. They think of a couple other guys. They don't think a lot about Henry Sidgwick, but a lot of people now are starting to understand that Sidgwick actually was superior to them, and a lot of his arguments are actually more modern. And the way he defended his philosophical position was sure as hell a lot more modern than Mill, and a lot more compelling. His arguments were a lot more compelling, and he did a lot of good. But yet he kind of went under the radar. He just wasn't as popular, which happens with a lot of people in philosophy. Dom Rocks Music. You say you're a guy. Okay, cool. What kind of meditation am I into? I wouldn't say any one particular type of meditation. I personally practice all different types. But my main thing is when I stream meditations, it's always just getting people to slow down, focus on their breath, maintaining a regular breath cycle. And then we do visualizations, and then I bring philosophy, and not analytic philosophy, but the metaphysics that I bring into the meditations they're more Eastern. And we travel down beneath the level of conscious thought. We try to bypass the conscious mind that's always screaming out ideas and thoughts, and just kind of go down into a centered place of oneness within us, and kind of just sit there and just experience that. And we do some visualizations along the way to help get us there. And that's the kind of meditation that I teach. That's what I've been teaching meditation for, I don't know, 20 years. It's been a long time. And it's different than the meditation that I practice. When I practice meditation, it's usually just blank slate, like, tabula rasa, just going to that place of like just pure being and just existing, and just having, getting to the point where I don't have any thoughts racing in my mind, and it's just that state of just existence. So yeah, let's see. A lot of techniques, but mainly doing TWIM at the moment. I don't know that. I don't know TWIM. I'm not very versed in the technical jargon of philosophy, of meditation. I know there's like all sorts of different types. You got the Tibetan school of meditation and all the different variants there. You have like the basic breath work types. You have the yoga nidra. Nidra types of meditation. You have the Ashtanga types of meditation and breath work and all that. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know the twin, but that's kind of cool. You say so like non-duality. Yeah, that's exactly. That's what I'm. That's the main thrust of my meditations. I try to guide others to that place of non-duality, where you can just exist as in that, with that being in that state of pure love, in that state of pure oneness, that perfect monism, right? Because we've a lot of people, and a lot of times we forget, when we're out there in the external world, and we're running around, working, doing things, and we tend to forget that, hey, there's more to existence than just this dualistic framework, right? There's actually this place within us that's pure love and pure oneness, and that place, according to my metaphysics at least, that place exists within everyone, within every body, and that's the ultimate foundational nature of reality. And when we go into that and tap into that, we remember who we are, and that we're that pure love, we're that pure essence, that pure oneness. So that's just, you can believe my metaphysics or not, that's fine, but that's what I teach in my meditations, to help people remember that, hey, when you're stressed out in the world, there, when something horrific happens, when there's a major trauma, or just whenever you want a little more peace, love, and light in your life, you can go to that place and remember who you are, and yeah, I say that's our identity. I actually go as far as to say that is our identity. Now that, of course, there's a million different takes on that, but that's kind of where I go with that. You say TWIM is transcendental wisdom, insight, meditation. Is that like TM? Is that straight up like TM? Hold on, transcendental wisdom, insight, meditation. It's where you take the feeling of metta as the object and concentration, and get into these weird variants of the yanas. Ooh, oh, cool. You say, no, very different. Okay, all right. Yeah, I saw transcendental, and then I just for some reason jumped on TM. That's what David Lynch is big into. He's like one of the biggest, the most famous TM guy. I never went the transcendental meditation route, because I always kind of was like, what you have to pay? You have to pay all this money for this, and I guess you learn the practice. They give you your own some spiritual practitioner gives you their own. Gives you your own mantra, I guess, right? Something like that. But it always seemed like a little too much to me. I think meditation should be taught free. That's always been my feeling. It should be donation based. I don't any school that says you have to pay money for this. It's like, I don't know. That just seems a little out of touch with what meditation is. At least in my mind, at least in my mindset, right? That's why I do these meditations for free. It's me helping others, me giving back to the world, because there's a lot of it can help people. Meditation has helped me a lot. You say, you're more Advaitic. Yeah, I can't even say it. I can't even talk. I got that post meditation Zen going right now. Yeah. Let's see. You say you were never into TM. I think you're referring to, you never into it. Yeah, neither was I. You mean in some sense any concentration practice will do, but you always prefer something like the breath as an object instead of a mantra. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of merit to that. I think there's a lot of wisdom in that. Yeah, definitely. Breath as an object. It's a cool way. It's a cool X to focus on, right? If the breath is an object, and it also, it regulates the body, right? It's one of our most natural ways of regulating our body, right? So, yeah. Joker, you say, is money a necessary evil? I mean, money's neutral. Money's neutral, but it does things to people because of what we've been taught. That's at least my opinion about it, right? Money in its sense is nothing special, right? Money is just the same thing as any other piece of paper or any other material object, right? And in fact, money's not even a material thing anymore. But you get the idea, right? It's a social construction, and it's basically supposed to be superior to the barter system, which which is fine. People get too attached to it, right, Joker? I mean, it's just one of those things, people to the point where they spend their entire existences doing nothing but trying to make and accumulate as much of this thing as possible. And then it's like, what happens? And you die. I mean, and it's like, maybe you worked a job you hated your entire existence so you could get as much of X as possible, whether it's money or whatever, right? And I guess and then you end up dying and reunite with the state of oneness, and you're like, oh, that was weird. I deviated from who I was and kind of lost myself trying to get a lot of money. Now, I'm not saying money's bad or wrong. I'm not saying it's not fine to get money. And maybe it is the case that there are some people that get really fulfilled and really feel great getting a lot of money, but the majority of people I've talked with in my life, they come to a point where they realize money's not everything. There's a lot more to life than the accumulation of mass amounts of wealth. Obviously, you need a certain amount for sustenance and daily living, but beyond that, I mean, like, do you really is there really a big difference between I don't know, 10 million and like $11 million? Like, is that really like a thing? Or like, I don't know. I mean, like, if someone had 10 million and then they got 11 million, would they be like so much more happy? Would like everything in their life change? Right? Probably not. Right? At least that's just the way I view it. Okay, let's see. Dom Rocks. By the way, this is great, man. You have a good insight and good knowledge base. This is good. Believe in oneness as opposed to no identification. Okay. All right. Yeah. The whole identification thing and the oneness thing is it's a nice interesting notion, right? And it's a little subtle and it's a little tricky and requires a little finagling, but I think there's definite merit to both perspectives. I've thought a lot about that as far as what remains, what will remain of us, with, after we're gone, if we have no identification, if we are in just that state of oneness, do we just merge with that sense of pure oneness? Do we, if we have no identification, how does that differ? Are we just existing? Like, what kind of level of, like, what is consciousness even? I know there's no consciousness per se, but like, what is that thing, that X that we call thought or being? What does that look like? What does that look like? After when we are in pure realm, pure spirit, pure reunification with the source. But anyways, you said it's interesting that both perspectives lead to the same experience. Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with just slowing down, right? A lot of it has to do with slowing down and remembering who we are. I really believe that we come into this world, and it's mostly a process of forgetting who we are. We forget who we are because we're so bombarded by marketing and social pressures and everything around us. It's like, look at this, 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 and everything's telling us to look externally, but nothing's really telling us to look internally. We're constantly looking external for whatever it is, for happiness, for love, for peace, for kindness, but really the real finger should be pointed within, and we should be looking within. But marketers, and advertisers can't sell products to us if we realize we have what we need already, so that's at least my take on it. Let's see. Everything in Hinduism. Yeah. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Hinduism. Hinduism, like, in fact, that was actually one of my first spiritual experiences was with my friend who, his mother was 100% Indian. She had come over from India, and she practiced Hinduism. And in her house, I had a meditation experience when I was like, I don't know, I was young. I was probably like 13, 14, and it was really profound. And that kind of got me going. Oh, Joker wants me to change the lighting. We got to go to red. There we go. All right. Your wish is my command, Joker Bravo. And Joker, I don't know if you stayed around for the meditation, but I included you in the meditation. I had a part where I was talking, because you had mentioned earlier that a lot of the relationships in your life had become fractured and were no longer great. So I did a little relationship part for you so that you could, help repair some of the relationships and have more, and to promote better relationships in your future life. All right. Anyways, let's see. Joker, you also say red pill Agni. Agni is Morpheus from the Matrix. I don't know. Am I Morpheus? I mean, maybe, or maybe I'm just a dude that just wants to help some people around him and live a pretty decent life, right? Dom Roxy say thanks, brother. Yeah, well, thank you. It's just great. The knowledge base that you have is not something that's typical, at least in American culture. I don't know where you're from. You might be from somewhere where it's very common, but I live in Chicago, and in Chicago, people, we're lucky if we don't get shot every day. So we're just trying not to get shot. So, and a lot of the people I know are just living their lives, trying to make ends meet and trying not to get shot. And that's just, or trying to not be addicted to heroin, and things like that. So, it's cool that you come in here when you have a good esoteric knowledge base, knowledge understanding. Let's see. Dom Roxy say, have you heard the quote by Nisargadatta? Let's see. It says, "Wisdom tells me I am nothing. Love tells me I am everything. And between the two, my life flows." Oh, that's fire. That's beautiful. That deserves a second read. Wisdom tells me I am nothing. Love tells me I am everything. And between the two, my life flows. I need to write this down because that's just perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's just on point. That's exactly how it is. Wisdom. Give me a second. I just got to write this down. If I ever hear something really cool, I always write it down because I don't want to forget it. And when I'm in the Zen state, I always forget things, and I can't talk and do tech stuff. It's just how it goes after meditations and after yoga. I'm a huge yogi, by the way. I practice all the time, and I do yoga and qigong, and those are two of the internal energy arts that in between the two. Two of the internal energy arts that have helped me the most. My life flows. Beautiful. Okay, and it's by Nisargadatta. Thank you for sharing that, Dom Rocks. Much appreciated. Liquid, you say, how do you have no identification, asking for a friend? Yeah, I mean, well, if you go into a state of pure oneness, right? If you let go of all, at least from my understanding, if you let go of all thoughts, if you slow down, first you got to obviously slow down the body, right? So you slow down the body by focusing on the breath, and then when the thoughts pop in, you let them go, and you go for that state of just pure blank mind, right? And when you go into that, then all of a sudden there is nothing, right? There is no identification because there's no thought. You're not thinking of anything. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Zerosity. Much appreciated. Welcome in. My name is Agni James, and I'm a meditation instructor. I also am a chess instructor, and I do chess streams. I play competitively, and I teach chess for a living, and then also I have a master's in analytic philosophy, so I do philosophy streams every once in a while as well. So welcome in. We just finished up a meditation. We're kind of winding things down now, but we're just we're doing a little discussion right now, and then we'll be off into the great oneness of existence. All right. Let's see. Where else are we at here? let's see. Dom Rocks, you say, Qigong perked your interest the other day when you were trying to find a bunch of different heart-based practices. Didn't know they could use it like that. Yeah, Qigong is incredible. There used to be an amazing Qigong instructor on Twitch, actually. His name is Kittens Kung Fu. I don't know if he still has any of his VODs out there, but I know he's on YouTube. You can find him on YouTube, Kittens Kung Fu. He's just a phenomenal Qigong instructor. He's a friend of mine, a buddy of mine. He's also from Chi-Town, and just an amazing human being. And yeah, what happened with me is I used to have low back pain when I was younger, and I was having low back pain. I did all sorts of physical therapy, stuff like that, and then so it would make it better for a while, and then it would get worse or whatever, and then I started doing some Qigong, and all my back pain went away, and I was like, okay, right, and I was doing it every day, and then I stopped doing it. My back pain came back, so I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna do this every day, right? And then, so that was my introduction to Qigong, and it also kind of opened up my energy channels, and I felt like my energy was flowing better after that. So that was always a cool thing. Zerosity, you say, and you are one with the weed right now. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Everyone's welcome in here. Whatever substance you're embodying right now. Our buddy. Where is he? He's still around. Joker Bravo, otherwise known as Chad Guy. He said he took some edibles earlier on. I don't know if you're on edibles or what form you're taking it in, but yeah, meditation streams. A lot of people like to smoke, or a lot of people don't like. It's your choice. We've had people in here on mushrooms before, and they kind of just go off into that state of pure love. I'm not. I don't advocate for anything, but I'm open to everything. As long as it's not like killing you. Don't use crack and come to my channel. Don't do a lot of meth and come to my channel. Don't shoot up heroin and come to my channel. All right. I'm from Chicago, and I don't know if many of you are familiar with how the heroin scene works in the United States. Well, anyways, it used to be the case where heroin would all come up from Mexico and it would all come to Chicago, and Chicago was the central hub for heroin, and then it would spread off from Chicago throughout the country. And a lot of my friends got addicted to heroin, and a lot of my friends died, and a lot of them ended up in jail, and a lot of them ended up, messed up in other ways. Some of my friends are still on methadone after all these years. It's crazy. But yeah, so drugs like that really shouldn't be used as far as my opinion goes. Anyways, let's see, where else are we at here? Oh, Dime Rocks, you're Australian. Cool. All right, yeah, that's cool that you're Australian. I actually had a good friend, a fellow yogi actually from Australia. She was a yoga streamer here on Twitch. Evelyn Yoga is her name. She's from Melbourne, I forget. I don't remember how it's pronounced. But she actually came up to visit, and she hung out with me about 6 months ago. She stayed with me for I think like 5 days, and she had a great time. Yeah, and she's just a wonderful quality person. Anyone who hasn't followed Evelyn Yoga, you should do so. She doesn't stream on Twitch as much because there was a lot of harassment, she said, but she still streams on YouTube. You can check out her stuff on YouTube, and she's just a really good person. We've had a lot of people from Australia come to my channel over the years. Is meditation and yoga, are those pretty big in Australia? Because there's definitely been a lot of people that have are very holistic in nature that have come to my stream from Australia. Probably the same as America. Okay, so some areas, it is. Some areas it isn't. I get it. Okay, where else are we? Zerosity. We're going back to you, man. Where are you at here? Let's see. There you go. You say you smoke. Sorry, had muted for a second. Someone kept calling you. Yeah, no worries. You've actually done shrooms. You've only done like shrooms, but you had one bad trip and actually didn't really like it. Yeah, I mean that's how it is for a lot of people. A lot of people have they have a bad trip and they're like, I don't enjoy this. I don't want I don't want to do this anymore, or don't want to partake in that, right? Um, some people love it though. Then I know a lot of people that find it's incredibly, it has a lot of medicinal aspects. Like the big thing here, at least in a lot of the people that I know, the big rave is microdosing. That's like a thing that a lot of people do. A lot of people swear by it. At least people that I know, and they'll do like a little bit of mushrooms either daily or like, every now and then, just like a very small amount. Like we're talking like, I don't know, point two, or something like that, just a tiny little bit. And they said it's really made a difference in their life. And then I also know people that go crazy with it and take like, large dosages, like, 5, 10 grams even. And I think 10 grams is kind of insane. I think 5 grams is insane too, to be honest, but that's just my personal opinion. But anyways, where else are we at? Oh, hey, Noger, you say you got to go to bed. Have a good stream, everyone. Hey, great. Thank you again, man, for stopping by. Everyone check out Noger, who's into philosophy. Noger is a wonderful, amazing human being, authentic dude. He's one of the premier philosophy streamers on Twitch. The dude has read like countless philosophical articles on Twitch. Let me give him a big shout out. Countless philosophical articles, and these are like actually like legit, like legit articles published in in good journals. So check out Noger when you get a chance. He's a good dude. He's from NYC. He gets the big city vibe. He understands it, and he wants to help people. I mean, anyone who's out there who's trying to make a difference in this world is a friend of mine. Anyone who's out there who cares, who fucking cares. People who care about others. I mean, that's what it's all about. We really got to remember that. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to make it in this world, and it's not easy. Horrible stuff happens all the time. We gotta take care of the people that we encounter. We gotta teach. We gotta love. We gotta help those around us. So yeah, everyone check out Noger. Drop him a follow. Dime Rocks, you say your friend got addicted to LSD. Now I have a friend. The same exact thing happened. He took too much. He took too much LSD. He took too much acid. And now it turned ugly. Now he's schizophrenic, and there's no coming back. There's no coming back for him. And he was living in India for years, because when he was in India, he had some court shit that happened here. He got in trouble with the law, so his mom basically took him to India to try to keep him away from the court system, so he wouldn't have to do jail time. So he was living there for many years. And now his mom's old and just brought him back, and he's just gone. He's gone. I let them stay at my place while I helped them find a new place, and I had to be very careful because I was worried at times that he was gonna attack me or whatever, and it was really rough. But I got him a place. I got him all set up. He's been back to the psych ward like 4 times. It's the same pattern that a lot of people with schizophrenia have. They go to the psych ward because they're out of their minds, and they get medicated and regulated, and then they're doing a little bit better, and then they come back, and then they're back living at home, and then they don't like the side effects of the schizophrenic medications, right? All the terrible side effects that those meds have, right? The antipsychotics, right? So they stop taking the meds, and then guess what happens? They start getting psychotic again, right? And they start doing crazy shit and end up in the psych ward. And it's just like a pattern over and over and over, And so he's currently in one of those patterns. And there's really no way to help, for me at least. I can send love. I can be there if they need something, but I can't fix them, and it's really sad. Don't do large quantities of LSD. Don't do large quantities. If you're going to experiment with something, I always say try just a tiny little bit first, and then if whatever people tell you to do like a quarter of it the first time, just to like have like a taste and see if you really like it. And then if you really like it, maybe do like half of what they're telling you to do the next time. Don't, people who are like, oh, just take a bunch, it's going to be great. Don't listen to those people. And if you want to be sober and never do that, that's also great, So yeah. Anyways, Zerosity, you say you like weed even at its worst for you. You get some anxiety. Yep. But when you try something actually psychedelic, it's like, yeah, this is serious, and it's kind of scary to you personally. Yeah. yeah, then I wouldn't, don't bother with it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Some people, love the shit. Some people hate it. And with weed, weed's a lot more chill, right? You can kind of regulate it better. It's not like all of a sudden you're like, like tripping balls and like going crazy, right? And like feeling like, really, really ridiculous or having some kind of major breakdown or whatever. So yeah, if that's what you like, then go with it, right? Let's see. Liquid Stealth, you say, oh, you're considering riding that bus soon. Yeah, I mean, that's a choice, right? That's a choice we all have to make. The main thing is, my recommendation always is just if you're gonna try, take a small dose. I mean, take a dose where people are gonna be like, dude, that's not even gonna do anything. But just take a dose that's like small, your first time, just so you can kind of get a taste. So you can kind of get like that feel. And if you don't really, because some people react more strongly than others, right? Some people are more sensitive than others, and that's something that and a lot of people don't espouse. It's not a view that a lot of people espouse, right? But like, there's some people that have a really high tolerance, it's their natural chemistry, and they have to take a lot more, and they're like, what the fuck? Why isn't everyone taking more? And don't listen to those people when they're trying to tell you to take a lot. Take like tiny little bit and see how you feel, and then you can always take more later on. That's the wisdom of psychedelics, of psychedelic experience, right? Let's see, where else are we at? I think that's pretty good. We're pretty much caught up. And then Zerosity, you say weed helps you sleep so much, like your brain never shuts up the first time you smoked weed. It's like you found a pause button. Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're finding medicinal benefits to it from weed, then it's definitely better. I mean, if it's fine if you're like just using it for recreational purposes, but if it's like helping you sleep and helping you get better sleeps, or helping you deal with anxiety, or if you're like a cancer patient and it's helping you relieve the pain from cancer, or increasing your appetite because you're not hungry or something, then absolutely, then it's even more validated. It's even more it's even better to to take something like that, right? I mean, the ideal would be if we could just feel those states without it. Like, imagine that, right? And sometimes in meditation we can, and with yoga, and sometimes we can actually have a psychedelic transcendent experience without. And that's always like the primo of everything, to be able to not ingest a chemical and have that same experience, to still feel that. Like that requires a shit ton of work. That requires a shit ton of work and dedication, and it's going to be really tough. But I've had it. I've had those experiences. Is it easy? Does it happen every time? Hell no. It's rare. It's incredibly rare, but it can happen. There's a lot of it has happened in the spiritual community lots throughout the ages. A lot of people have talked about the peak experience, the transcendent experience, right? And those are always experiences that are they can be life-changing, and usually for the better, especially if it's via natural means, but sometimes even via artificial means it can be for the better, and sometimes via artificial means it can be you can have a bad experience. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap things up. This has been a great stream. I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for the love and light. Thank you all so much for coming on in and participating in the meditation. We had those follows. I appreciate the new followers. Thank you for coming on in. This has been really good. And we got some deep conversations. We got some deep conversations in. That was great. Liquid Stealth, man, thank you. And Domrock's music, really appreciated your presence. You're new to the stream, and you come in with a great amount of wisdom and knowledge. I hope to see you around more in the future, man. Thank you. And then Joker, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming on in and doing your thing and communicating openly and honestly. You were mentioning your relationships and how you'd like to have better relationships, and that's like right on point, man. You're on brand. You're on brand with the channel, and then of course, JT. Octius de Luna, thank you again so much. Yeah, I started up the stream and you weren't here, and I was like, I can't. This just feels weird. I was like, this just feels weird without Actius here. I can't go on. So I had to text her. I had to text Actius and just make sure she didn't miss my stream. It wouldn't be, it just doesn't, if you know, I'm sure obviously you're not obliged to be here every stream. Yeah, you didn't get the notification. And that's kind of the thing. I was sometimes, you know, the app glitches out, right? So you know, you don't get the notification. So like that, you know, obviously you're not obligated to be here, you know, but like, you know, you usually are here. So like, you know, I wanted to make sure you knew in case like you didn't get the notification, like it happens sometimes. Yeah. So anyways, thank you all so much. And, we are ready. You will always be here. Wonderful. And I'll always be here, you know, with you too, I think about you all the time, JT Actius. You're the reason. You're one of the main reasons why this Twitch channel is here, right? And why it persists, why it continues going, even when there's a lull, in it. Who are we gonna raid? Who do you guys think we should raid? Who is out there in the Twitch world? All right, okay. I see who's out there. We're gonna raid a brother. We're gonna raid my brother here. So yeah, those of you who don't know Zwar, he's a good dude. He doesn't always do yoga and meditation streams, but he had like I think 365 consecutive days of streaming meditation, and that's amazing. He's helped out yoga and meditation. He's helped out the yoga and meditation community a lot. And I know he's just talking right now, but he's a good dude. He gets it. You know, real chill vibe. You know, he's also a gamer. He does a lot of gaming. So we're gonna raid him, and yeah, and send love his way. He's just like a really authentic, kind human being. So yeah, let's find him up. Zwar. Here we go. We're gonna bring our community to his, and we are going to head on over there. So yeah. Anyways, thank you all so much for being here with me. I appreciate you all. You're all the reason why I come out here. You know, you are being part of my community. Thanks for spreading love and light, and be kind to the people around you. At the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We want to help those around us. Namaste.